Hey lovely people, this is Tim Hepworth here with Fly Fishing Bover Outfitters and Thursday Night Live Fly Tying, and I'm here to bring you another quick tie. This one is from episode 14 of season 4. We are going to be tying the $3 dip midge. This little beauty right here. Alright, if you're like me, you're going to be tying out of your seasons 4 kit. Just like this. If you don't have one of these, you can always still purchase them off our website. Just head over to www.flyfishingbowriver.com/TNLS4 and pick yours up today. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Let us know that you're here. It's important to us that we know you're part of the replay squad. Hit that little bell icon so that you're notified every time we put a new video out. It's going to be worth your while. Let's head on over to the vise and get started. Alright, we are going to use some UTC 70 in brown tonight, okay? Not super crucial what color. Midges come in all shapes, colors, and sizes. If you want to go red, if you want to go olive, brown, black, whatever you like, okay? I'm going to stick with kind of the original here, which is a mahogany color and brown. Let's go ahead and start our thread just behind the bead here. And don't fool yourself, this is not a large hook. This is a size 18. Quite a small hook. We zoomed in so you can see it quite well. It's hard to work with these smaller ones, but we keep the pattern simple when they're small, and you should be able to get through this. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and grab this super fine gold wire you have in your kit, okay? We're going to fix this right behind the bead, and we're going to run it all the way to the back of the fly. So I'm going to get that started, start sending some thread wraps down. We're going to go fairly deep into this bend here, as deep as we really can go. I'm going to keep that wire on the near side towards myself. I'm going to work my thread back up. And now what we're going to do is spend a little bit of time building up a little bit of bulk here. So we want to have a nice taper. So that time it went all the way down and back. This time I'm going to go 3/4 of the way down the hook. Okay. And then come back up. Nice touching wraps the whole time. Okay. Building some extra bulk. This time I'm only going to go about halfway down the hook. Okay, so the strategy here is just building up a nice even taper where it's smaller at the back and build some bulk coming up here to the front. Okay, there we go. I'm happy with the way that looks. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to palmer this wire forward. Nice evenly spaced wraps, giving this some nice definition, segmentation on this midge, all the way up to the bead. Take some thread wraps behind, some in front. You can either helicopter that off or get in there with a crummy piece of scissors or crummy scissors and trim it out. Once we got that out of the way, we only have one more material we need to get on this fly, and that is some deer hair. So we gave you a nice clump of deer hair here. Excuse me. Go ahead and grab a decent chunk. Start with something more than you're going to need, and let's clean it out first, and then we'll kind of see what we're left with. So I'm just going to take a comb. I'm going to brush out any of that under fur, under hair that's in there. And I can tell I still got obviously way too much for this fly, so I'm going to start cutting it down. I just cut down and I check, and I think even completely compressed, if that's going to be too much or not enough, that's actually going to be pretty close this time. So I'm going to leave it as is. Okay, we want to tie it in with the butts pointed forward. And you want to leave a little bit of space out in front of the hook so you can grab those hair, and I'll show you why in just a second. So once we got this here, we're going to take a couple of light loose wraps. So that's 1 and that's 2. Okay, I'm going to let just the tension of my bobbin hold. Now I'm going to grab this and make sure I can work this right up on top because I don't want it going down to the sides. Okay, now that I have it there, I'm going to pull tight. Okay, first tight wrap, I'm going to pull through the butts. Take a thread wrap, pull a few more butts, thread wrap, working my way through the butts, securing that down, and that's going to keep it from rolling around on me. Now that I got to the front there, I'm going to pull all of the butts back, and that's going to be the first thing that I trim out. So I'm going to come underneath here, try to get a good view of it, and I'm going to trim all those out. I'm holding down the other ones so they don't get cut to the same size. Those ones I went right down nice and small. Okay. Now what I'm going to do with these guys is I'm going to come in and I'm going to brace my scissors. About halfway down that midge is where I'm going to set my scissors, and I'm going to cut right there. Okay. If you got any stray hairs, just go ahead and trim them out. Get them out of the way. And that is about as complicated as this little fly gets. the $3 dip midge. Just like that. Super tiny, super effective. I'm going to whip finish this, and we're going to be done.
Certified badass.
3 or 4 turn whip finish. Go ahead and trim that thread out. There you have it, guys. If that doesn't look good, I don't know what does. $3 dip midge. All right, that's been another quick tie with Tim. We'll see you next week, episode 15. We'll get another couple quick ties done. Cheers.